Is this happening to you? Then you're in the right place for video game training. In this video, I'm going to show you how to navigate and complete the Sage's Cave, including how to beat the 2 bosses at the end. If you want to be an absolute legend and support the channel, then make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. My name is Azzavhar or Azza. Now let's get into the video. I'll just show you where to find this on the map. So it's located just here at the side of this lake. And the best way to get there really would be to go to this site of grace, the abandoned coffin site of grace, and then kind of head north up into this lake, run across, and then you'll see the cave just at the side over here. When you get to the edge of the lake, just head through these trees, and it will be quite dark and quite hard to see, but there is indeed a cave at the end. Okay, so let's get cracking through the cave, head on in. We've got an illusionary wall, so give that a quick bop. And then we head towards the right, and we've got a skeleton just chilling here. Make sure to give this skeleton a quick bop. After they've fallen down, you'll see that kind of like weird glow coming off them. You do have to hit them again to be able to actually delete them. Otherwise, they'll get back up, and that guy will start attacking you from behind. So next, we've got this illusionary wall here, so let's hop on through. A couple of bits and bobs in these chests. Lost Ashes of War. And rejuvenating boluses. So we'll grab those. A couple of items knocking about on the floor down here, so let's grab those. And we've got another illusionary wall, so what we're going to do is pop on some fire grease first of all. Just buffs our attacks a little bit. Just in between these two fire things here. There's quite a few enemies in here, so just be really careful because they can sort of like quickly overwhelm you. So just watch out for that. Just make sure to keep giving them a quick bop so that they are actually dead. And 4 chests, I believe, in here. So silver pickled foot. A couple of bits and bobs, so we'll grab all that. That shield. And there we go. So head back out. Head to the left. There's quite a few illusionary walls in this cave. This room, once again, can be quite spicy. So what we're going to do, first of all, is jump on up. And attack this guy. And then this one. This guy can be a bit of a spicy meatball. So I'm going to buff up to increase our damage a little bit against this guy. And you can get backstabs. Like that, which might make this a little bit easier. Hold down right trigger there for a charge attack. And as you can see, it just hit like an absolute truck. So just be careful. You can guard counter. I was trying to guard counter there, but a little bit too slow. You can guard counter, but to be fair, backstabs are probably your best bet against this guy. So just wait for him to do his attacks. Head on round the back. Gonna hold down charged right trigger. And then just try and get those backstabs. Like so. Can be a little bit spicy. There we go, just make sure to wait a second. Obviously, give him that final attack. Other than that, a guy over there and an illusionary wall just behind him. Grab that, we've got a stone sword key in there. That is that, and then push on forward. And there's not too much more in this cave, if memory serves. Items there. Chest over here as well. And there are 2 bosses in this place. I'm going to jump on over. So there's one boss that is towards the right, this way. This one's quite straightforward. You'll see the fog gate just up ahead. And if you backtrack a little bit, there is actually a secret boss. So just pop that wall. 2 chests here. So grab those, and there's another secret wall here. And then we've got a secret boss just behind this fog gate. Okay, so next we've got Necromancer Garrus. What we're going to do is pop on some fire grease and then head on inside. He's quite weak-ish to fire. He's quite squishy, so just take a fair chunk of damage when you do your attacks. What I would recommend is taking these skull snake things out as a priority. They're quite spicy, so try and take those out. There are multiple of those snake things that spawn as well, so keep your eyes peeled for more of those sort of joining the fight. He summons these skeletons to attack. What you can do is when you're locked on, you can kind of like move your right stick to see if there's any extra enemies knocking about. So we'll take this thing out as a priority, then get back up to the Necromancer. Just be careful of his physical attacks, because he usually swings quite a few times in a row, which can be pretty spicy. Normally I would recommend guard counters, but because he attacks multiple times over and over and over again, it's usually not recommended to guard counter this guy, because he'll just end up hitting you with one of his weapon swings. But at this point in the fight, it gets a bit spicy when he's got lower health, so it's usually a good idea to try and just be like pretty aggressive if you can do, and take him out fast if possible. So we'll be a bit more aggressive. What you will find as well is if you're a little bit closer, it sometimes is a little bit easier because you can interrupt his magical attacks like that. When he starts casting some stuff, you can actually just attack him, and it kind of like interrupts the magical attack and usually makes life a little bit easier if you do that. So that is that fight, and then make sure to head on back. We've actually got a secondary boss fight to do, which is the Black Knife Assassin. So head on round here and then hug the left wall to get to that fight. What I probably would recommend, to be totally fair, is heading back to the Site of Grace at the start and then resting at that, so you got your flasks back, and then just run on through and try and get to this boss fight with as many flasks left as you can do. Okay, so next up we have the Black Knife Assassin boss fight. The Lone Wolf Ashes will pretty much carry us through this battle. You can also equip something called a Sentry's Torch, which will actually reveal the assassin. We don't have the Sentry's Torch on this character, but if you do have that, feel free to equip it. I'm just going to show you real quick where you can buy the Sentry's Torch if you are interested in grabbing that. So you want to be heading to this Hermit's Shack, just here, and then talk to this guy, and he sells it for 7,000 runes. This boss is quite weak-ish to freeze/frost, so we'll be popping some freezing grease onto our weapon. Other than that, let's jump into the fight. So we'll pop the flask first of all, and we'll use a pickled turtleneck, the freezing grease, and then we'll head on in and we'll whip out the wolves. So what a good idea to do is on this fight is to run into the water, so the wolves will kind of like tell you where the assassin is. If you just look where the wolves are kind of headed and try and swing your weapons in that rough direction, and you will get your attacks in. Just be careful of your health, because if you get backstabbed, it's going to hurt. So make sure to keep topping up your health for that reason. And once again, the wolves are pretty much carrying us through this. I'm going to back up and heal up. Just keep your eyes peeled on where they are running. And swing your weapons in that direction. Keep on topping up that health. Be really careful with that, because the backstab can be insanely powerful that the assassin does. You can kind of see that they are roughly in this area. There's the backstab. Almost took us out. So we've still got one wolf left. And there we go. That is the fight. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and it helped you out in some way. If it did, remember to like, subscribe and drop a comment. You can check out all the other content that I make at Azzavhar.com. The link is down in the pinned comments. That's Azzavhar.com. You can now become a YouTube member and unlock an awesome loyalty badge that displays next to your name, as well as emotes that you can use in your comments and my live stream chat. On top of this, you'll also be financially supporting the channel, which will allow me to keep creating YouTube videos. Click the join button to become a YouTube member today. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.